Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you could smash the like, it would be much appreciated. And if you're new here, if you could hit the subscribe button, it really helps me out. So, according to Eddie Hearn, apologies for that phone going off, we're getting chirped up. But according to Eddie Hearn, Tyson Fury has been having a bad camp in the lead up to his rematch with Deontay Wilder. Now, let's have a little discussion about that. First and foremost, you do hear these type of stories a lot in the lead up to big fights, and I think the best rule of thumb is to take them with a grain of salt, if I'm being honest. You know, there's been numerous stories over the years I've heard about fighters having bad camps in the build up to certain fights, and they wind up winning the fight. So we do need to take this with a grain of salt. However, in some cases, I do tend to believe the rumours, or at least I get where they're coming from, and maybe I see that they have some validity. And this is one of those occasions. We know that obviously against Otto Wallin, Tyson Fury really sustained a bad cut in that fight. You know, a terrible cut that took multiple stitches to sort out. And you know, after that, when this fight first got announced, Tyson Fury said that he wasn't going to be doing any full contact head sparring because he didn't want to risk the cut opening up. And let's just say that is the case, then I really wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury isn't looking particularly sharp, or he's not firing on all cylinders. You need to spar to keep yourself sharp. Hitting the pads, hitting the heavy bag can only do so much. It doesn't really replicate a fight. The only thing that does that is sparring, and if Tyson Fury hasn't been sparring full pelt and, you know, full on, I really wouldn't be surprised if he is looking poor. Because sparring, like I said, is designed to, you know, improve your techniques and get you ready for fights. If you've not been doing that, it stands to reason that you may not be ready for a certain fight. Not only is the cut a factor here, but also the fact that Tyson Fury has recently changed trainer for this fight. And, you know, changing trainer, it takes some getting used to. I know Tyson Fury has trained in the Kronk gym before. He has worked with Sugar Hill, but that was for a short period of time. He's now spending week in, week out with Sugar Hill. You know, the training regimes could be different. He could be doing different things that he's not used to. And, you know, potentially he's not responding well to those new training methods, and he's not looking too good. So there's numerous things that lead me to believe that potentially this could be true about Tyson Fury not having a great camp. And as you guys know, or my subscribers know, I've made my prediction. I've picked Deontay Wilder, and one of the reasons for doing so is because of the uncertainty in Tyson Fury's camp and his training. You know, like I say, change of trainer. Apparently he's doing very little sparring. Regardless of that cut is a real factor. He's been playing around with that wrestling malarkey. He's been in camp less time than Deontay Wilder for this fight. So there are several concerns that I have for Tyson Fury leading up to this fight. There really are. And listen, with Tyson Fury, you always need to, you know, take a grain of salt, because he could be putting red herrings out there to make Deontay Wilder overconfident and things like that. That's always a possibility, and I'm sure that's happened in the past. I'm sure it has. But considering all the circumstances, if you put it all together, there are a few things that maybe suggest that Tyson Fury hasn't had the best camp. I hope that's not the case, because as a boxing fan, as almost a neutral in this fight, I just want to see a great fight with a fair and conclusive winner. That's what I'm looking for from this fight. That's what I want to get out of it. Ideally, we'd love a classic heavyweight fight, and the winner is deserving. That's what I want to see. And, you know, in regards to Tyson Fury sparring, there's been very little put out there in regards to the sparring. The sparring for Tyson Fury hasn't really been covered. It's been pretty low-key. I think he's sparring with a couple of prospects from the UK, David Adelaide and also George Fox. You know, these guys have had, 5 fights between them. So the sparring's low-key, nothing's really been said about it. Whereas with Deontay Wilder, we know who he's sparring. We've seen, kind of footage with him and Malik Scott practicing certain things. So yeah, I'm not convinced about Tyson Fury in the build-up to this fight. You know, the preparation is a big thing for me. I'm not sure whether he has pulled out all the stops or whether he's able to pull out all the stops. And even mentally, in the build-up to this fight, Tyson Fury just doesn't seem as convincing to me as he did in the first fight. And don't get it twisted, I picked Wilder in the first fight and I felt Fury won. So I could be chatting breeze and talking out my arse. But this time around, he's really not convincing me. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't seem as confident. He just doesn't seem as sure of himself. And yeah, these are factors why I've also picked Deontay Wilder to win this fight. Anyway, I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts. Do you believe there's any truth in these rumours? Do you believe it's a red herring? Or maybe the truth is somewhere in between? Share your thoughts below. Tell me what you think. Comment below. Peace.